Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Ranking Games According to James. A terrible title from a terrible YouTuber. Today we're going to be talking about an amazing trilogy of games, Donkey Kong Country. So, let's get right to it. So first up, obviously, is, well, Donkey Kong Country. Like many classic games, there's not much of a story here. Pretty much Donkey Kong's banana hoard has been stolen, and he's out to get it back. Along with his good buddy Diddy Kong, they set out on an adventure to get back their banana hoard and defeat King K. Rool, who seems to have an identity crisis, and we'll get to that later on. But what's there to say about this game? If you're watching this video, I'm sure you've played this before, you know all about it. It was a great game for its time. It's still a great game to this day. Just great platforming, great level design. It's so much fun. It's one I go back to all the time. And just, I never get tired of it. The one thing I always kind of liked about this series was the overworld and how each section of the island kind of has its own theme. I want to go ahead and get this out of the way and say that one of my favorite levels in this game is the minecart level. I don't know what it is, but it's just so much fun. Now, in my opinion, this is probably the easiest game in the series, and that might just be because I've played it so many times. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying the game's a breeze, because even to this day, I have a hard time with the snow levels, but anything with ice physics, I just have a hard time with. So I really don't have much more to say about this game. Again, I've played through this game so many times. Matter of fact, I recently went back and played the Japanese Super Famicom version, which is a tad bit more difficult for a couple of different reasons. But it's just so much fun to pick up and play, and I've played through it from beginning to end so many times, and I never get tired of it. So, yeah, what more is there to say? Next up, of course, is Donkey Kong Country 2: Diddy's Kong Quest. But anyway, this time around, Donkey Kong has been kidnapped, and it's up to Diddy and Dixie to save the day. Now, here's what I don't get. Could you imagine, so I talked about Sonic the Hedgehog prior to this. Now, could you imagine if Sonic the Hedgehog 1, you played as Sonic, and then Sonic 2, Sonic was kidnapped, so now you play as Tails? Like, that would have pissed a lot of people off. So I'm not quite sure when this game came out if people were like really complaining about this, but it's definitely not something that people complain about nowadays. But having these characters kind of changed up how the levels were designed, and it kind of helped keep the series fresh. Now, the one thing I do love about this game is the fact that you can actually see the original Donkey Kong Island in the background of the first world. I always thought that was pretty cool. Now, it might just be me, but I do find this game to be a lot more difficult than the first one, and again, that might just be because of the fact that I played the first one so many times, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play this one as much as a kid. I honestly don't remember playing this game much at all. So I don't have a whole lot of nostalgia for this game, and that might be kind of clouding my judgment, but I'm not saying this is a bad game. It's still a good game, just not one that I enjoy as much. Again, I think my biggest problem with this game is just the lack of nostalgia. And it's still a great game, don't get me wrong, I like playing it, I had a good time, but I just don't care for it as much. Oh, and the reason why I stated King K. Rool has an identity crisis, this time around he's referred to as Captain K. Rool. So with that being said, at the moment we got Donkey Kong Country at number 1 and Donkey Kong Country 2 at number 2. So that leaves Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. So this time around, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong have been kidnapped. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. How stupid is Donkey Kong? Like, isn't he supposed to be the hero? He's been kidnapped twice. And again, going back to Sonic the Hedgehog, could you imagine if Sonic 3 was Sonic and Tails got kidnapped and now you play as Knuckles? I don't know how they got away with this. But anyway, this time around you play as Dixie and Kiddy Kong. Now let's be honest, as far as abilities go, I feel like Kiddy Kong is pretty much just Donkey Kong. And it kind of made me wonder if like this game would have been better if you could have just chosen like the combination of characters that you could play as. So you could either play as Donkey or Diddy or Dixie, or like Donkey and Dixie. I feel like that could have made this game a lot more fun, which obviously they kind of did later on with the newer Donkey Kong games, but that's just an afterthought. Now, the one thing I do love about this game is the more interactive overworld, and along the way you collect parts that allow Funky Kong to build new vehicles that allow you to access new areas of the map. So like I mentioned, I didn't get a Super Nintendo until much later on, and I'm pretty sure this is one of only 2 games that I actually had for it, and I had a lot of fun with this as a kid. But the one thing I really liked about this game was the sheer amount that you could do. So there's, you know, the basic game, but there's other collectibles that you get. And I do like the fact that they went back to normal when it comes to saving your game. You don't have to like pay for it or anything like that. But we also got to talk about the fact that there is an N64 in that cave. That's so cool. Now, as far as the difficulty goes, I can't really say if this is more difficult than Donkey Kong Country 2 or not, but it does have the hardest level in the series, in my opinion, which is the Poison Pipeline, because for one, it's underwater. We all love underwater levels, but now, because it's poison, your controls are backwards. Oh my god, this level drove me nuts as a kid. Oh my god, I hated it. And once again, King K. Rool, or Captain K. Rool, is now going by the name Baron K. Rollenstein. Or Rollenstein. So, with all that being said, what is the final ranking? Well, this may upset some people, but I kind of have to put Donkey Kong Country 3 at number 1. Now, in reality, I would probably say Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 3 are kind of equal in my opinion, but the sheer amount of extras that's going on in Donkey Kong Country 3 just kind of pushes it up a notch. But I do still find myself playing Donkey Kong Country a lot more. Now again, I'm not saying Donkey Kong Country 2 is the worst game in the series. I think all of these games are great, and they're a lot of fun to go back to and play to this day. So as always, nostalgia plays a big part in my decision, but I can see how any one of these games can be anyone's favorite. Well, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. You know what to do, like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you would rank these games. And I will see you again next time.